David Stune from the Mavestar Observatory. As you guys know, it's the 17th tomorrow. We take out the SD card out the Trimag. We also take out the magnetosphere SD card. We've also had some data which we'll be processing later on from the global magnetometers that we've got out there. But what I wanted to do is just briefly tell you in this video what we've been up to over the last few weeks. And we have been focusing a lot on, the pandemic, because it is affecting everybody's life, haven't we? So we tried to be proactive, as we always are here at the observatory, and deliver a few solutions. So I'll just begin with thanking those people that have been supporting the observatory. As you can imagine, times are really hard. We've noticed a reduction in the support that we get at the observatory. It makes it very difficult for us to, keep doing what we're doing when the funds run out very quick, and that is because, the funds aren't coming in like they used to here. But, it hasn't stopped us utilising the time when we haven't got the money to buy the stuff we need. We always utilise the time that we've got available to something, I feel, which is beneficial to us all. So you might have noticed in the last few days or weeks on a few of the videos, we've been trying to come up with an AFED Visor, which provides a positive charge of fresh, clean, filtered air. These are military filters that you get on your your respirator in biological weapons deployments. So we know that they filter COVID-19. It isn't a problem. And what we're trying to do is build, like I say, this AFED Visor. This is just a prototype. We're not happy with the capacity of air that comes out of this. So we're going to change the design a little bit and try and move it from, not too much of a square block design. Try and round it off and make it look a little bit more user and comfortable for the user to wear, as well as provide, that all-important positive air charge. But it was a bit of work went into it, even getting it to this stage. I don't know if you can see in there's a turbo impeller which we 3D printed and we put on the front of an ordinary fan. We realised what's happening with this is it's cavitating, so we've changed the CPU fan now for a radial fan, which is better designed to push that positive charge of air. And I will say that the final version will probably look similar to the hazmat suits, which are these suits that probably cost in the range of probably £1,000 with a proper charger pack on the back, but should be at a fraction of the cost of that. And why we're doing this is because we know we've got a problem with COVID-19. Inevitably, we all want to go back out to work, but we want to do it safely. We all want to get back on the aircraft and start travelling, but again, we've got to do this safely, and one of the biggest problems is social distancing, and you can't do it on an aircraft. It's impossible. So you've got to have something in place then that enables you to be in the vicinity of somebody else which could possibly have COVID-19, but still do that in a safe manner. And I would think, if you are seriously concerned and you are a vulnerable person, but you've got no choice but to put yourself in one of these situations, then you're going to need to protect yourself as best you can. If you're in a working environment where, again, you're in close proximity, you've got to protect yourself, especially if you're one of these vulnerable people. And I think that the only way you can do that is possibly by, air-fed charged masks and some form of suit and gloves, and you will go to work and you will come home without any problems. That's what we're trying to achieve here, a solution that we can use to work while we combat the virus. Because, guys, despite what these politicians are telling us, this is here for the years to come. It isn't going to go away quick. If we just take some simple maths, not even 250,000 people have been infected in the UK. Over 30,000 people have died as a result of that. Majority of them in care homes and in hospitals. And, we've lost over 200 frontline carers on top of that. It doesn't, as people say, just target, elderly people. It can target anyone else. It makes me think that there is more than one strain of this out there. And the one thing we mustn't do is become complacent. We all want our social freedoms back, And what we need to do, I believe, is demonstrate that we can go out in social environments in a safe manner where we bring that R number down. So the passive infection rate comes down. So it's not going to go away at the short end. A couple of other products that we've designed here. What we've bared in mind is keeping prices down of the finished product, and I really like this product here. It's a filter with an adapter on. Now, rather than design a motor housing that stands in somebody's living room, because there are a lot of those about, I thought about connecting a already usable household product that a lot of people have in not just the homes and the care homes, and incorporating one of these filters into it. Now, doing a little bit of research, some filters are capable of filtering out on vacuum cleaners, because that's what this does. That bit will connect to most vacuum cleaner pipes. You know, when you're using take the pipe off the vacuum and you're using it, well, that there just pops into there, and then with the thread enables you to screw on one of these filters. So whilst the vacuum meters, the vacuum motor's running, it's drawing in the air and it's coming out the other end of the vacuum filtered of anything like COVID virus that would be in the room. And I think it's a brilliant idea. It's really cheap to produce. All it means is that most of the people that's got a vacuum only have to buy this adapter and a filter. So you could put this in any one of your living rooms, your bedrooms, if you wanted to clear the air environment out, and you do it. In this room we've probably got about 90 cubic metres of volumetric air. We could clear this room out with a vacuum cleaner and this filter in about 10 minutes. And the other thing is as well, if there is a particular environment in this room, let's say this was a care home room and somebody had recently passed away and they wanted to clear the room out, not only could they wipe all the surfaces down, but they could also, by fitting that onto the end of the pipe, target certain areas in that room. Or even whilst that person is in that room with COVID-19, they could just put it in there and filter out that air very quickly with this device. The other one we've done, as you guys know, is the colloidal silver generator. Now, you might think has come on a little bit more in the design, and I was thinking of possibly having these manufactured, the lids and probably the the tanks at the bottom. Depending on how much interest is in there. But if you don't understand what colloidal silver water does, do some research. It's something that humans have used for hundreds of years, and there is a lot of people that swear by its benefits, but the main thing is that we have really produced a holy grail type generator here. And I think it's coincidence, but if you pause the screen, you'll see about 8 bubbles per second coming off this, so it's very close with the Schumann frequency as well. But we didn't design it to do that. We wanted to drop the design of this, that was just merely by look, but the design of this is so that those bubbles, as they rise up, they knock off the little ions of silver into the water. And as you can see, this has been running for 48 hours and the water is still very, very clean. And you can see, if I zoom in on the rods, lots of little particulates of silver attached to the rods, and if I was to shine the laser in there, you'd see millions and millions of little tiny silver flecks in there. And like I say, me and my wife have been drinking this for weeks now, and we produce nearly, as you can see, a litre a day or a litre every 2 days. When you figure out how much you're saving by not buying it and producing it yourself, you know that this machine very quickly pays for itself. And it's the same as everybody else's. I will say this, I did design it so that if you wasn't happy at the rate it's producing, and we've tested this, trust me, when I send these out, they are tuned up perfectly for producing good quality silver colloidal water. But there is a little barrel down there, if you can just see it with the little screw head. It is adjustable, and a little tweak will increase the rate of the motor. It will also deliver more milliamps and volts to the rods. But the problem is with doing that, guys, is if you do that, you'll end up with grey looking water like we experimented with at first, and it really has a strong taste of silver ions in there, and it's not very pleasant. I think it's better to get the voltage down. Some people say that this is the holy grail for producing colloidal silver. Get that voltage right down and make it slowly, and you also in turn knock off tiny silver particles, as opposed to, you know, blowing off big trunks with lots of voltage. So I wanted to just really show you, you know, the little effort that we're putting in here to give some positive solutions to the situations. We're really not going to overcome this problem unless we can overcome social distancing. So that's really where we need to put our work and invest our time, I think. So yeah, tune in tomorrow. We're going to get the data from the magnetometer, the TriMag and the magnetosphere, and we'll also do a most recent location on the Earth's magnetic pole, so I'll put that in the video tomorrow. But guys, you know, as you can see, we're trying to do something for us all here at the observatory. It's not just about tracking the anomalies that we do in any case, and we have got a really good dedicated website to all those things, and that's why sometimes we talk about the other occasionally. So yeah, there's a link down there. We would really appreciate your support. Support has dropped off as a result of all what's gone on, and we know why that is, but you know what, guys, it is equally important to not let the work go that we've produced up to this date. And you know, we always try and provide, you know, good solutions here. It is a machine that we've got. The observatory is a machine there that enables us to do things like this, prototyping and, you know, coming up with solutions for problems. Let me know your thoughts on this. Maybe you'd want one. I don't know if there was a lot of people that showed interest in this, and I do believe that these things, especially this, could save people's lives. It simply is a simple idea, utilises what we've all got in our homes, and it enables you to connect your vacuum cleaner simply to a biological warfare filter, which you can buy on eBay for 10 quid. And I don't think that adapter, if we had it manufactured, would cost more than 4 quid each. So it's not a big deal, you know, but it does give your vacuum cleaner an extra purpose other than just cleaning the house. You know, it can also be used to clean the air as well within the house at a very little cost. So yeah, links down there, guys. I'll catch up with you later. As always, you be safe, and we'll be back tomorrow with the position of the magnetic North Pole for you. Have a good day. Bye for now.